Hi children, how are you? I hope you all are enjoying English digital classrooms. Once again I welcome you for this class. Children, have you remembered Rip Van Winkle? A man who is known for his laziness and who is child friendly. Today we learn more about him. Before that, we began this session. First let me talk about the objectives of this session. Please look at the objectives. The learner will be able to understand the features, indicators of conversation, write the conversation individually and in group, follow the process of writing and editing the discourses that is known as conversation. So children, today we are going to discuss on this topic. So already you had read the first lot of the reading from the story Rip Van Winkle. Look at the story that you read. Okay? Now you re-look at the story what we had learnt in the previous class. You all know that Rip Van Winkle lived in a small village at the foothills of the Catskill Mountains. He was a simple, good-natured fellow and a kind neighbor. He played with children. He taught them to fly kites and shoot marbles and told them long stories. You know, he was very lazy. He did no work form and just idled away his time. These things we learnt in our previous class. And you look at the picture of this. You know who is the regular companion of the Rip? There is Rip's constant companion, you know, his dog that named Wolf. He always, you know, that to avoid the work every day usually he would walk away into the forest with his dog. There are many reasons for that. Why every day we go to the forest? He said some reason about it. Now before that we will watch this video to know that what children and people think about him and what we have learnt in our previous class. So here is a classroom where the teacher is talking with the students about the first lot of our reading. Please look at this video.
What kind of a person is Rip Van Winkle?
Rip Van Winkle was a good-natured fellow, but he has a negative thing that he is a lazy fellow.
How could you say he is lazy? Can you tell Kaveri?
He does not work at farm and he did not care at family.
Is he really good person or bad person?
He is not bad person. He is good person. He help his neighbors. He has good nature, but his minus point is laziness.
Avinash, who is Rip's best friend?
Rip Van Winkle's one and only companion is his dog. Its name is Wolf.
Okay children, what are the reactions of his wife when he returned home?
Sir, when he returned home, his wife is very angry upon his because he don't look about his farm works or his family works. He spent time with his companion Wolf and with children.
You watched this video, no? Now you know that this village all the children like him, but I think it is same with for you also. You also like him, but the thing is, in that class the girl is saying, when the teacher asked, is a bad man or a good man? What do you think? Really is bad? What made him bad? Why his wife is shouting at him? And what is the reason why she is not happy with him? Why he was never attends his regular duties like going to farm, and he never bothered about his family, never cared his family. And you look at the picture, you will know how the woman, the wife of Mr. Rip, is shouting at him. He really shouting? You know the reason why she is so shouting so angrily? Now you can guess what could be the conversation in this picture? Now today we will write a possible conversation between Rip and his wife, but to write this what we need? So here you see who is there in that picture? Yes, you are right, there are three. Who are those three? One is Wolf, one is Rip, and the other one is Rip's wife. Now what is the context that we are going to write a conversation? What is the context for that conversation? We need to first understand what is the context for it. Now you look at the slide. Context for the conversation is, you know that as usual every day, same day, on that one day, Rip returned to house after spending all day on the mountain along with his dog Wolf. His wife is not happy about it. Really, everyone's wife will feel like that. It happens for everyone. So it's same case with Rip's wife. Now you know, no, these people, who are these two? One is Rip Van Winkle, the other one is his wife. Now let us see, you look at the picture, who are these people? So where is Rip? With whom he is playing? What is the mood of his wife? How is she? Now can you guess what is happening in this picture? Is someone is shouting at Rip? Is bothered about his wife's shouting? No, we will see. Can you guess now what are they talking about? Actually, you know that if we began a conversation between these two, who begins this conversation first? What is the mood of the Rip? What kind of person is he? You know that, whether he is serious, he is a serious man, whether he takes everything light, and what is the mood of his Rip's wife? Is she looking happy something? No, she is very angry. That is the mood of his wife. Now before we start this conversation, what you must know about the conversation. So what is conversation? How conversation can be developed in our classroom? So you know that one thing is clear, there are two characters, that is one is Rip, the other one is Rip's wife. So what could be the possible conversation between these two? So to make a conversation, what exactly we need? How a conversation can be developed? So we have to understand what is a conversation. So before that, we will go to one classroom where the teacher is discussing with his children what is conversation, how conversation can be developed. So you can watch this video.
Okay children, by using this talk, can we write a possible conversation between Rip Van Winkle and his wife? Yes. We have to know what is conversation. Deepak, could you tell what is conversation?
A conversation is talk between two persons is conversation.
Swati, can you tell conversation?
Conversation means exchanging of dialogues between two persons.
Okay, good Swati. Conversation means exchanging of dialogues between two persons. Okay, can we write individually conversation between Rip Van Winkle and his wife?
Now children, you watch this video. So in this video, you understood that what is conversation and how conversation can be taken up and who are the characters in this conversation, and during the conversation we need to write some dialogues. So how those dialogues should be like, what is the length, what is the stretch, these all things the teacher interacted with the students. Now you look at the slide. So you can come across with these indicators. You have to include these indicators while you are writing your conversation in your classroom. Now look at them. So conversation indicators contains dialogues with 10 to 12 exchanges. So here you are exempted, being your class in class 6, you can go up to 6 or 8 exchanges, and those exchanges should be in proper, you have to maintain sequence, and the conversation should sustain with social norms, what we usually informally will talk when we meet with people, and that should contain some discourse markers, and dialogues should be appropriate to the context. You know that context, it's Rip's wife is serious, Rip is lazy. So at that context this conversation is going on, keep this idea in your mind, and you must maintain cohesive devices while you are writing. And children, one more thing, when you present this conversation as a role play, you have to use, during the presentation also, you have to use your voice modulation, where to give stress, where to give pause. You have to give according to the you have to follow all the speaking indicators. Now let us see here. I know that you are very eager now. Same in that class also, children started writing conversation. So you have to write the conversation now. Before you write the conversation, you have to answer some of the questions. These questions will help you while you are writing conversation. These questions will help you to write with good ideas. So now look at these questions. So what will Rip's wife say to him? Is she happy? She will say, you have done a nice thing. No, she is very serious about him. No. So what will Rip's wife say to him? That you have to think, you have to get that idea, and you have to put it your conversation writing. How will she react when she will know that Rip did not go to the farm? This is usual work. Rip never attends his farm work. So then how she is going to, whether she is going to scold him, whether she is going to shout at him, you decide while you are writing your conversation. And how the Rip is going to try to give his explanation to convince his wife. So what explanation will Rip give for not doing the work? So if you think these questions, you will get good ideas, and already we discussed about the different indicators. So by using those indicators, by thinking about these questions, you can write excellent conversation. Same thing you can do in your classroom. Now you go for the individual writing. So this is the first step. While we are doing for conversation writing, we have to do it individually first. You have to write your own ideas, and before you do that, you must remember these things. Now look at this slide. So when you are writing conversation, you must remember what is the context or theme, who are the characters, and what are the dialogues, and what are the discourse markers that you are going to use in your exchanges, what is the sequence, how you are going to conclude these conversation. So these are the basic ideas you need to include in your conversation. Remember them. Now see here how children have started writing conversations. Say they are thinking, they are writing on their own, even they can revisit the text from the story in the textbook. So they are all doing these things. You can watch that picture. Even everyone is serious, they started doing things on their own. After writing the conversation, you have to present it randomly, so that we know that how far you did well. And now before that, you see the same class where children are ready to present their versions. So this will help you to improve your writing. Now watch this video.
Have you completed your writing? Kirtirani, can you present your conversation?
WINKLE, where are you go? Rip, I going mountains. Wife, why? Rip, just I go simple. Wife, why takes care in our family and farm work? Rip, I doesn't interest that work. Wife, why? Rip, I cannot interest that works. Only I want sleep. Wife, I have very angry. Don't talk with me. Rip, okay bye, I go mountains. Wife, you leave only your laziness.
Okay. Srikant, can you present your conversation?
Wife, where are you go from morning? Rip, I am going to the forest and mountain hills. His wife, why are you not care our family and farm? Rip, I am very lazy, that's why I not care anything. His wife, why are you didn't spend our family? Rip, I do not have time, so I do not spend our family.
Kaveri, can you present your work?
Yes sir, I can present. Wife, where you go? Rip, I am go to forest with my dog. Wife, why what work having the forest? Rip, no work, I have to go simply walking. Wife, you does not care at family? Rip, no, I don't talk to that matter. Wife, you does not work in the farm? Rip, do not ask me. Wife, your cow was going to stray. Rip, I want to sleep now. Wife, please, you leave your laziness and you does not play with children.
Yeah, children, yes, you have done an excellent job. See how children in the classroom, they have written their individual writings. Now after this writing, now we'll sit in groups and write the group version. See now, till now you have written your own things on your own with your own ideas. Now we will go for group writing. So in this group writing, we have to share. You are sitting in groups, there you need to share your ideas within your group, and in the group you have to respect everyone's opinion, and your work should be the collective production. Try to give a chance to each of the group member to read the version before the group presentation. Only the collective effort will give a great success. So remember this. This is the main principle in doing collaborative work. So now you are going to sit in groups and you have to write the group versions. See here how children are writing in groups, how they are sharing their ideas. You look at them. Same children in the same classroom, they are sharing their ideas in their group. Now how group work is taking place in that classroom. So during that group work, how children are engaged in their task, how sharing is happening, that all you can observe by watching at this video. Okay, children, see how these children are engaged in their work and how wonderfully they are engaged in their work. In each group, students are involving actively, and you know that they developed their group versions. So this is a collective work, and here after writing these group versions, they are going for group presentations. And now it's time for the group presentations, and here you can watch this video where children are presented their versions, and so you can know that what is this group, how these group versions are going to be helpful. You can use this idea even while you are doing your group version activity in your classroom, presentation activity in your classroom. Please look at this video.
Open the door. Wife, who are you? Rip. My name is Rip. Wife, welcome the home. Rip, please stop. Please take and come a lunch. Wife, where are you going? You go. Rip, I am going to a Catskill mountain. Wife, why are you go there? Rip, I will not do that one. Wife, I say to go a victory on his mom. Rip, in son, I will not do that one. Wife, why are you do that? Never help.
Now you can watch one more video where children are presenting their idea in their group. Now you can watch this video.
Can we also present role play, sir?
Yeah, very good. You can proceed.
Why? Who is there?
It is me, Rip.
Where are you go from morning?
I go to the mountain with Wolf.
What do you there?
Nothing, simply sit.
Why go there?
You shouting me, I go there.
What you careless? I ask you go to farm and you go to mountains.
I know listening. Do you give me something
You
to
not
eat?
You not do any work. Ready to eat.
I am to try to, I go to sleep.
You have watched this group presentation. How differently these children presented their version. Even they are presented it in a role play. Some of other group versions, you can look at the slides. Here one group presented in this way. You can check them, and one more group like this, and one more group like that. Okay. So all these are different varieties of group versions. Each one is different from others with different ideas. So same thing you can do in your classroom. So if you look, this is one group children version. So there are some mistakes, there are some grammar errors are there, some language errors are there, but they are filled with excellent ideas. Dear children, I know that you also will write same excellently in the same way, and till now after individual and group writings, now you know that it's teacher version and this is the teacher's version. You can look at the teacher's version.
Here the wife asking Rip, is that you? Where have you been all day long? Me, I have been to the mountain with old. What? What did you do there? Nothing at all. I just dreamed about my future. What? Come again? I told you to go and see the farm. But you, yes, I don't, you are nagging, irritate me, and I try to avoid listening to you. Oh, now you don't want to listen to me also. I know. Why will you like to listen to me? You would like to listen any to our neighbor. Yes, I can't avoid them. When will you be responsible to your own family? How will I know? What? What did you say? I have not seen such an irresponsible, stupid and careless husband. You are the most laziest man in the world. I'm tired. Will you give me something to eat now? What have you done since morning? Nothing at all. And now you are ready to eat. I'm so sleepy.
Children, is these both versions are looking similar? No. They are different with their ideas. The language is different, and the way the teacher presented, the voice modulation also is different. So in this way, we have to present. You have to practice presentation in your classrooms. Now, so individual writing is over, group writing is over, your presentations are over, teacher presentation is over. Now it's time for editing process. So in the editing, what we need to check, please look at this slide. You have to see these areas whether they are properly planned in their version or not. We need to check what is the theme and context of writing, and how many number of exchanges are there in that, what is missing irrelevant words in those sentences, what punctuation marks need to be placed in the writing, and what is the word order, whether appropriate words are used in the dialogues, and whether sequence is properly maintained, whether discourse markers are inserted in the dialogues, and whether those dialogues are apt to the context. These are the things we need to keep in our mind. And now you can watch how the editing process is taken up in this classroom. You can watch this video so that how this editing can be taken up, we can have an idea, and you can do the same thing in your classroom with your teacher's help. You please watch this video.
Okay, why? Where you go? Children, is there any need of changing in this sentence?
Where have you been? Where did you go?
Go. Instead of this, where you go, there is no helping verb.
This we can write where have you been? Where did you go?
Go. Instead of this, where you go, there is no helping verb. Where have you gone? Okay, good contribution, Asma.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, the response of Rip is, I am go to forest with my own. Is there any need of change?
Yes, sir. Instead of I am go, we can write I gone.
Very good. I am go. Change into have gone. Children, a wife. Why? What work have in forest? Here we can put a question mark. And what have you worked in forest? What have you worked in forest? Now Rip, I don't have any work in forest. I can go casually. Okay, good. A wife, you can go casually to forest, but you don't look about farm works. Is there any need of change in this sentence, students?
I think there is no need of change, sir.
Students, you have observed the editing process taken up in the classroom. So, each dialogue is edited with the help of the students, and even sentence by sentence editing is taken place, but you can in your classroom you can practice it error wise editing also can be taken up in your classroom. And now you can look at the refined version. So, what exactly the children written in their group version, what changes happened in that refined version, you can cross check. So, we can check in detail in the next slides. So, before editing, wife used to say, "Who is that? Here?" So, that contraction, "Who's that?" It is me, Rip. Generally, it's me, Rip. When you speak, when you converse orally, definitely we need to use these type of sentences. And you can check remaining other sentences also. Where are you from morning? Where were you since morning? So, you can check the changes. These changes all are suggested by the students in the classroom. You can check all these sentences. So, before editing how these sentences are, and after editing how these sentences are. You can add some other ideas also, there are some alternates also you can suggest for this version during the editing process. And you know that this is the whole thing what is refined version completely in the classroom with the help of the students. We have discussed till now many things. So, let us look at them again what we have discussed till now. Just in the beginning of our session, we made a relook at the previous class, and when we assigned this task for discourse writing, that is conversation, we have decided the context for this discourse writing, and we have discussed about the indicators and the possible input in the conversation, and the process, whole process, individual and group writing is taken up, editing process in this session. Now, dear children, I know that you want to know more about Rip, because you like him. I know that he is not a bad man, though so he is lazy, but it's very interesting facts are with him. So, now let us continue the reading in the next 20 minutes. So, before that you should keep some questions in your mind. So, with your teacher's help, with your friend's help in your classroom, you continue your reading for the next 20 minutes. Please look at the slide. So, you can share the next 20 minutes in this way. First, you decide what reading slot are you going to read for the next 20 minutes, and you decide what instructions you need to follow during individual and group reading, and where teacher will take up a loud reading of the reading text, and how reading comprehension can be taken up. These questions you have to keep in your look at the slide. So, you have to find answers for these questions. Now, you are very clear about how to write a conversation, and by taking a context, and how this conversation helps you to understand better about the story. I hope you all enjoyed. See you next time. Happy learning. Bye. See you.